all of a sudden, things start to go crazy.
You cannot accept that.
And go to places that you just could never imagine when watching the first season.
Season 5 of Cobra Kai brings us incredible sets, fight scenes with dangerous weapons, legendary characters from the Karate Kid world, and some hilarious behind-the-scenes mishaps. Let's get into it.
Sam, what are you doing here?
I'm not sure.
Number 1. Things get a little bit dark in this one.
And I got to actually just spin around in a circle. I was so dizzy by the end of it.
Something unique about this show is that the actors perform the majority of their own stunts. More on this later.
And then this is my badass stunt double, Selkie Hom, who I'm getting to fight against.
But they also work and train alongside their stunt doubles, so everything looks as natural as possible when they do need to switch.
It was really fun to get to actually play opposite her because we trained together so much to get Samantha's vibe right.
Number 2. Things got pretty heated during this debate scene.
Devin definitely does not suffer fools.
So heated, in fact, that Una O'Brien, who plays Devin, had the prop team scrambling for more copies of The Death Penalty for her to rip.
I remember a lot of the takes they asked me, don't rip the book this time, but I just couldn't help it.
She thought that scene really showcased Devin's personality.
She just has that physically aggressive energy.
Number 3, where Sam gets to go toe-to-toe with herself. The Void was created on Cobra Kai's second set of the LaRusso house. Not the one you can actually live in, but the one that was created on a soundstage.
Where the pool should be, that's where the Void was set up.
And you'll never guess what type of movie magic was used to set it up.
It was basically just like these kind of like rods that were hanging from the ceiling holding like 5 black curtains.
And circling back on how the actors do most of their own stunts, Mary Mouser was going up against her own stunt double, Selkie Hom, in the black curtain void.
We were in separate gis, separate, vibes, hairstyles. We had even different nail colors.
Though this painted the picture of Dark Sam versus Light Sam, it made the practical aspect of shooting incredibly difficult.
We literally had to do a full reset in order for Selkie to be Dark Sam and then Light Sam.
I'm supposed to be figuring out who I am.
And for me to be Dark Sam and Light Sam.
Number 4. The element of danger was real with this one. Thomas Ian Griffith, who plays Terry Silver, actually has a lot of experience using swords. When trying to figure out the next big fight scene, he just went up to the creators and said, "Hey, what if we did a sword fight? I'm really good at swords." He didn't think they'd actually do it because it's actually really dangerous to film with swords, but to his surprise, they ended up going for it. They're putting us in a pool outside when it's freezing cold.
And you go, oh my god, all these senses are firing.
I'm so excited about this. This is life and death.
And I'm not afraid to die.
Number 5. Through adversity comes great reward.
Once we were set up in those characters, we couldn't do the switching in and out.
Selkie couldn't step in for Mary during the fight scene at any point. Mary had to be able to perform every move.
So I actually got to learn all the movements with the bow staff. I actually got to learn the movements with the scythe.
So basically, Mary and the rest of the cast get paid every day to learn karate.
It feels like a dream, which I guess it literally is.
Number 6. This was a very big day on set.
Going into season 5, we knew we were going to have Daniel LaRusso fight Terry Silver.
But after a few takes, the showrunners were concerned Ralph Macchio, who plays Daniel, was taking a lot on, physically. They were about ready to call it a day, but Ralph said he wanted to do one more.
We watched, and he called his shot.
This is where Miyagi-Do.
He called his shot, and he delivered.
That was the one that ended up in the final cut.
Rule number 3. A man can't see, he can't fight.
Number 7. Almost like getting paid to take a vacation. The first 2 episodes show Miguel looking for his father in Mexico, which is actually Puerto Rico, as Johnny and Robbie follow after him while dealing with their own personal struggles. William Zabka, who plays Johnny, loved the time he got to spend filming on the island. If it were up to me, I would film the entire next season of Cobra Kai in Puerto Rico. And not only did Xolo Maridueña, who plays Miguel, shoot his Cobra Kai scenes on the island, but he got to return for his leading role in Blue Beetle.
When he got you that way, he didn't just snap your elbow.
It's his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Number 8. Daniel just can't catch a break.
So that wasn't an arm break, I guess.
I guess not.
It was not an arm break.
This fight scene wasn't an easy one to choreograph. They really took their time trying to find the right beats, as they wanted it to be authentic to their character's history.
It's always got to play to what's going on narratively, story-wise, character.
A man can't stand, he can't fight.
So for that scene, that's LaRusso unhinged.
Number 9, or rather, lack thereof.
Truant, because we're all terrible at like actually coordinating and showing up to one thing at the same time.
Apparently, it's hard to get this cast to form an ensemble.
There's always like 2 of us missing.
But honestly, with all the stunts and intense fighting they do, we're not surprised they need a little extra sleep in the mornings.
Payne sometimes has a call time at the same time as me, and we both don't show up at that call time.
Number 10. A lot of training went into the making of this show.
We
got time to
months
heal,
of
for the most part.
PT and
Yeah.
emotional, damage.
All for you.
Since the actors do the majority of their own stunts, they wanted to do as much as they could outside of the Cobra Kai set in order to really sell it. Not only being regulars at the gym, but things like karate and kickboxing were becoming a regular form of habit.
I was starting to go to a karate class, and I was also doing some training on over Zoom.
Griffin Santopietro only started his off-the-clock training after season 4.
I got the message in season 4 when Dallas beat me up. I was like, okay, I gotta start doing this.
It also helps that they all train with their stunt doubles, so everyone is always on the same page when it comes to the physicality of the scenes. Number 11. The only time Mary Mouser breaks character.
I can think of several times where it usually involves a bug lying near me and me panicking and running off.
Her biggest opponent was the angry Wasp waiting outside her trailer door.
And she's like, Jesse, one of our Jesse.
Jesse is the same guy who also pulled Mary's thumb back into place after he heard it pop on set.
Jesse, one of our stunt guys, runs over to me and he was like, look, I was a fireman for years. I've heard that sound.
But unfortunately, he didn't save the day this time.
And then all of a sudden it just flies in and she's like, Jesse!
No amount of training could have prepared her.
I went all the way into the bathroom and following them down.
Number 12. The big question was always, when will they show up?
It's always fun to find places for the legacy characters.
Of course, if you ever wanted a rematch, you know where to find me.
But it's always crucial to us that they show up at the right time.
People were most curious about Mike Barnes, played by Sean Cannon from Karate Kid Part 3. The showrunners knew once Terry Silver showed up, they could bring Mike in shortly after.
Mike Barnes. Oh my, it's been a long time.
With all these incredible performers, fight sequences, new characters, and weapons brought into the world of Cobra Kai,
All of those things, and so all of those themes are kind of in this season.
we're already excited to see what Season 6 will bring.
They have fun. They have fun.
Give us your theories in the comments.